Okay. Maxie, I'm going to swim. Okay, thanks. Alright, chat. Let's do this, shall we?
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Wow, it's beautiful. Whoa. We're assuming.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
It looks like the burrow from Harry Potter. Oh.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
7?
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Aww. My brother is dead. That was so cool. Oh, it's beautiful, guys.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
It's a scary ass house. Let me. Just so you guys aren't staring into my bathroom. Fucking weirdos. Just kidding. Okay. Where am I going? Milton is missing.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
This is a hefty walk back to a house.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Ooh, that's a beautiful metaphor. The house is kind of scary. I'm on edge. Is it Milton again? Milton. Winton. Okay, truck.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
It looks like an old, broken down Encanto house. Here we go. Still really loud, chat. Sorry, 1 second. Still really loud. Here.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
I'm vouching. It's fucking scary. The graphics are stunning. I love.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Look at all those books. Oh my god. Like, you're for real not gonna bring your bestie? Like... Wind chimes. Oh, we could fit through that doggy door for real. Yeah.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Yeah.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Why did you leave? You left and you left everything here. I mean... Oh, the tennis ball! My grandpa used to have a tennis ball hanging from the garage, so when he backed in, he knew when to stop. That's so sweet. 1 second, let me... Okay, you're gonna jump into my stream and ask, where's the cat, is the first thing you're gonna say. He's on my bed. 1 second. I'll get him. I'll get him. I'll get him. I'll get him. Don't bring up Grandpa's tennis ball! I knew you'd get it. Oh, he's sweeping. I do. Excuse me. Anyways, the tennis ball reminded me of Grandpa's tennis ball in the garage. You see what I'm saying?
For the first time in years,
This is a really beautiful game. I am
felt
gagged.
like I was home.
Aww. Oh, he's so good sweeping on Mommy's bed. He is so nice. If he gets up and gets restless, I will obviously...
But instead of a family,
say
there
hi.
were just memories of one.
Wow. Hella books! Any, what do we got here? Any Wildfire? Any Iron Flame? Any Court of Thorns and Roses? What's the vibe?
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
Aw. I will send pics when he's awake. Love ya! What the fuck is rattling?
Or how after
that's...
Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Aw, kitty baby. Lewis is dead, chat. That is so many books. Wow, that's a lot of fucking salmon, dude.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Ooh, that's a really beautiful metaphor. Scary ass noise. Wow, they just like literally up and left.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Literally. It's exactly what it feels like. Wow, the little kids played.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Edie. There are hella books, dude. Oh my...
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Sank? Wow, look how beautiful! Ugh. TV. Very drafty house, chat. Oh, a bed for the baby. So nice. Oh, look at that beautiful little jar. America! Ew, I don't want to go down there. Not yet.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
I'm assuming not a reindeer. They were getting ready to move.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Okay, what the fuck is wrong with this door?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Ew. Why the fuck is it sealed like that? Very precarious.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Hello?
Do you have a nail clipper I can use?
Yes. Right, chat, sorry about this.
Sorry, chat.
It's alright, there's no one there.
You don't know that.
You know what, you make a good point. Here you are. Oh. My
Thanks,
sister was
Hannah.
there.
Can I use your Percy nail polish?
Of course.
Thanks, Hannah.
You're welcome.
Chat!
Whee! Okay. Let's get back to it then. Milton left. He's probably dead. Okay, we're gonna go upstairs before we go downstairs. Like, what
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Guys, that's kind of fucked up.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Oh my god.
I think
look
my
at
mom
this-
sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Look at this beautiful room. Wow.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
There's definitely secret passages.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Okay, we're saving. Look at this Rapunzel ass room. Molly the kitty.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Isn't Molly a cat?
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here
She
before
was
my mom
10?
sealed the doors.
I mean, okay, listen. Molly died when she was 10. Lewis is dead. Milton went missing. Like,
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
toothpaste? Some hamster food?
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. I ate a lot of things that night. I kept eating and eating. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Oh my god, the purring. Where did the bird go? Oh. My god, I'm so nimble. My cat-like reflexes.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
I'm gonna fall out of the tree. I don't want to.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
She's on acid. This little girl is on acid.
Rabbits.
Rabbits. Oh my god, soaring over California. Soaring over the world.
His face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Guys. This is crazy.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Gross. But where did she go? Oh. Oh, damn it. I didn't know I was gonna have to aim.
I grabbed on tight. And I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Oh, Jesus. I'm a monster.
You're scary.
What?
You're scary.
I'm scary.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
This is crazy.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Belly was rusty. Belly was
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
girl.
I got closer and closer. All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Ow.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
I'm gonna learn about all of them.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom.
Sven.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Beautiful picture.
Her room was like a museum. Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their
Beautiful.
fortune and misfortune.
Oh.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Oh, wow.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Wow.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Oops. I already did all this.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. 2010.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh my god. This bathroom slays.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Okay, but
It was a pretty big trace.
true.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Very creative.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Milton. Milton is Bruno. Couple turns land into a native. Aww.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
This is the cutest fucking room I've ever seen in my life. Are you actually joking? Like, this isn't giving, but it's so cute. Like, the split down the middle.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
So Calvin is Grandpa's brother.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up,
Oh god.
then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
I'm getting dizzy, bro. Oh my god!
he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Interesting. Really scary fucking story. A whole 11 years old.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Wow. What? No, I want to do that. Look how cute.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Ugh. Stop making noises.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Crazy chin beard, bro.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Oh. She's a movie star. She's a runner. She's a track star.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
But, like, why? I don't understand. Milton.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
$16.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family.
Seriously?
I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Oh no.
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was canceled.
No.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
I hate this.
It rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
Yeah, get his ass.
But she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Oh my god, the fucking music. Stop it.
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police described the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. When he knew he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Chat, I need you to know I hate this. One of my least favorite things. The animation is beautiful, but this is scaring the fuck out of me. Ah! No! Please, fuck.
The bookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but here Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Gross.
Edie
I
told
didn't
me all Barbara
like
wanted
that
was to be
story.
remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Hmm. Okay, well.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
True.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Okay, I get it. I have to go to the fucking music box. Damn. I don't want to go down here. Gross.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Hey, fair enough. It is kind of a mess down here. Ew, no more skittering.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
There is.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
This is crazy.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane.
Almost there,
Having a
guys.
schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
They all expected their deaths. That's weird.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
$76, been a long time. I'm speedrunning, chat.
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Which happens.
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Okay. Okay, girl. I'm gonna lose it. My God, we're in the back fucking rooms, dude. Ooh, tomato.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara
True.
and Molly
True.
and Calvin.
Yep.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Until you get hit by a fucking train.
Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
What did I fucking say? Until you get hit by a fucking train, dude.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
That's pretty bonkers, dude.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Gross. Come on, girl. There you go. There you go.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
True.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
True.
Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Okay, Miss Chair.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Ew! Scary fucking doll.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Aw, who's she writing to?
And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
True.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but The pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Yeah, I'm
3 of the
vouching.
gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Not the gerbils. Oliva!
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Wait, they're kind of beautiful. They're like really beautiful. What?
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Oh my god, Gregory was a year old.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Oh my goodness. Okay, girl, jump! She's pregnant, guys. She's writing this for her child.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Ew, the bear rug.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Oh, the kitty is going to SWAT. Okay. Airline ticket. This game is stressing me out. My heart hurts. Let's take a breather. We'll turn on the music for a minute. It's stressing me out. Lots of death, but I know that it's not scary. Well, except for that one part that was scary. Oh, plus Sydney will be home soon. I'm just seeing if anybody's gonna come watch the stream, Ski. You know, halfway through the video game, maybe I can see if the sound works. The sound work. I sound great.
Left. Middleton.
Okay, no, yeah, it's good. Middleton. Oh, I'm so silly. Oh, goodness. Whew. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna learn about Sam. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I'm assuming the little leaves are like their partners or whatever. So not like direct. And I'm assuming that I'm playing as Edith. And Dawn is the mother? Is my assumption. And Sanjay is dad? I don't know though. I guess we should keep playing and find out, huh, chat? Okay, we ready to keep going? We ready? Do I need a little snack? I don't really have anything to snack on. I do need to eat lunch very soon. Okay. All right, Sam. The wedding ring.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
Oh. Got it. Not just taking pictures of random shit.
It's whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's okay. Got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
So peaceful.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Jesus. Whatever.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time. Give me a minute to check the map.
Girl, you've been checking the map for 8 years. That's kind of a good shot. If I could get it to focus.
Maybe.
Am I missing something?
Dawn, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
I already did.
Or was it? Could have been.
Am I looking for the trail or something?
You don't need to waste any more film on me, kiddo. Good eyes, Dawn.
I don't want it to die.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad,
I'm vouching. I don't want you to do it either.
do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Keep yourself squared up. Elbows down. Great shot, Dawn! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about.
Dad!
That's crazy.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
It's kind of karma, Teebs. Sorry. Oh yeah, back to the inn. She's gonna get asbestos, Toad.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
I'm vouching. Ew.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Gus and Greg. Alright, we'll start with this guy, I guess. Kay and Sam are getting a divorce.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Hold on, sweetie.
Oh no. He's gonna drown in this bath, isn't he?
Right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Dude, I'm bad.
What his world was like. It reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw.
I need the whale! Hello?
Sure made him happy.
Hey!
Hey guys! Oh, the Edith Finch!
Yeah, dude. I think this baby's about to drown in this bathtub. It's really morbid. Oh my goodness, little boy. Hi.
Oh.
Hey, so I can't see Shabots. Okay, there we go. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh, I'm supposed to get that bubble. The soap. Oh, one second. She just needs to say hi to the friends. Say hi.
Percy, could I say hi to you?
Aw. Are you so nice?
Tag yourself, I'm the astronaut.
Tag yourself. I'm one of those rubber duckies, dude.
Rubber ducky.
Alright. Come on, get the wee! Okay.
Nice. She got the bubbles.
Yeah.
The bubbles.
But I worried about a baby being too happy.
I'm like for sure gonna drown in this bathtub.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
Oh, thank God.
Everything you could.
Someone's giving me hearts in the chat. I don't know who it is.
I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Uh-oh. I don't want Gregory to hear this.
Gregory.
It's Tim. Hi, Tim.
We love Tim. This is from me.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Boing. Oh. I'm gonna drown in the bathtub. I'm turning the water back on as we speak. Well,
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
No! Yeah, it's game over. I knew it.
There's so much I don't understand.
I've been so good at predicting how all of them are gonna die. It's terrible. Oh.
About everything.
1 second, I'm a frog.
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy.
The little toys. Frog stream? No, it's a game called What Happened to Edith
Good luck,
Finch?
Kay.
Something like that.
Love, Sam.
So basically I'm finding out how I'm assuming that I'm playing as Edith, and I'm finding out, going down my family tree, figuring out how all of my family members died. So Molly starved to death.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy. And then Barbara got murdered. Calvin, jumped into the ocean off of a swing. Sam got pushed off a cliff by a deer. I don't remember how this bitch died. And Walter got hit by a train.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah, Walter got hit by a train, which I predicted that one. I also predicted Calvin's. Molly's was pretty obvious. But anyways, right now I'm finding out about Gregory and then Gus. And I'm pretty sure Dawn is my mom, and then Milton and Lewis are my brothers that died, and I'm pretty sure I'm playing as Edith. Anyway.
I'll leave you to it. Do you want little boy in here or out there?
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Whatever. How are the roads?
Fine.
It's been snowing.
It has been snowing. It's kind of stopped right now.
Alright, cool.
It's very, like, slushy.
Gross.
That's, like, the best way to describe it.
Cool. Epic.
Have fun.
Thanks. I am. Alright. And we go on. And, like, my mom locked up all, like, as these people, like, died, she would lock up their bedrooms. Like seal the doors shut. It's crazy. Anyway. It's -2 degrees with 5 feet up to here. What is it? That's crazy. Yeah. Alright, now this is like, so anyways, I'm having to crawl through the fucking back rooms to get to, like, look, they're, like, sealed shut. So I'm having to go through the back rooms to try and get, like, figure out what happened to everybody. Okay, Gus is next. Airplanes. 4 poems for Gus.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
So many people have said that in their family.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
Oh, the bracelets.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Who the fuck's getting married? Oh. Percy is in here, guys. What am I missing? Oh. Found it!
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Yeah, Gus, get him! That was perfect.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Am I gonna get struck by lightning?
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Yeah, I'm gonna get struck by lightning. Oh no, just kidding. I'm gonna get hit by a fucking tent?
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone. Just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
I got hit by a tent. Alright.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Gus. Okay, now it's time to find the next secret passageway. Oh. Oh.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Yeah.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
I gotta find out what happened to Mom. Wait. I gotta read right here.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad,
Yep.
Sanjay.
I knew it. I'm so smart. There we go. Milton is my brother who's dead. Well, I guess we don't know that he's dead, but...
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton. Milton is
kids in the house
everywhere.
again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Do I get to go up there? Can I? Okay, I gotta trust. I'm sure it'll...
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
She was their teacher.
But it didn't last.
Oh.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
A door. Okay. 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 Wow. Am I ready for this? The only one after this is Lewis and my mom.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Ooh, are we gonna be painting? Oh. Okay, how do I... Okay. Oh, bless you. He's painting a door. What the fuck?
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
That's it? Okay, well...
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Which is fucking crazy. This is a beautiful little...
Whatever
room.
Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Mmm. This is a really beautiful video game.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Wow, Lewis got hella
After he
room.
graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Right. This is a very precarious room.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Me too, Lewis. Locker contents.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
This is crazy, by the
His
way.
way about.
I'm doing this two-handed.
Then something moved. Bats and toads. And things that have not names.
Okay, so I am supposed to go up there. Sorry, guys. My hand's doing two different things is crazy.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then, daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss, but he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Hey, 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 hey. Get jiggy with it. Hey, get jiggy with it. Hey, hey.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on. In Louisville, he heard rumors of a beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for Radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of his silver harp.
This is so beautiful.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and
I
west of
just
the
feel
moon.
like my hand is gonna get chopped off.
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His prince waiting, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Damn it.
Bend down his head. rest, I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Oh, God.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Aww.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here? It's mine. Edith! Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Wow, what a beautiful game, chat. That was stunning. The creative, like, way to do all the things, like Molly being a cat. The end of everything, I finished all the stories. Oh, the completionist. The gloves. So beautiful. It was kind of creepy at some points, but you know, all good video games are. Just kidding, I don't think that's true, but aww. I wish that there was a happier ending. Like, I wish that Milton was still alive and they reunited. But I guess that's not the point, huh? Aww. It was just so creative. See Johan's name in the ending credits. Yeah! I just loved all the different ways that they showed how they died. Like, being in, like, Molly as the cat and getting all the animals, and being Greg's the frog. See, look, aw, the little toys in the bath. Oh, Milton's would have been so cool if we could, like, paint his story instead of doing the flip book, which I love, but being able to actually, like, paint his story. So creative. Like, so creative. Oh, the comic book was so beautiful, too. I was gagged. Barbara Slade. I wonder what really killed her. She's like the only one that it wasn't very clear. But it couldn't have been the boyfriend. Maybe it was. Did I miss something? Maybe it just was the boyfriend. Oh. Milton. A. Beautiful learning about their story. The music slayed too. I think so many freaking books. I don't know, there's like so much to think about. Aww. Beautiful. The replay of story is now available. Beautiful, guys. Yay. Ugh. Thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. Let me see what awards I missed in Steam. Let me look. Let me look, chat. Here. Do you want to see my face? Oh my god. I got 2 achievements. out of 9. Take both paths to the house. Knock all the letters of Gregory's name into the bathtub. Look in all the peepholes. I didn't look in all the peepholes long enough to hear Edith's commentary. Play Calvin's story again. Clear all the balls off the pool table. Let the drunken sailor finish his song. Oh, beautiful game. Ah, the water. It was so pretty. What remains of Edith Finch? That's... Wow. Very beautiful. Thank you so much for coming with me on this journey, chat. I'm gonna get off now, but thank you again for being here. You know how much it means to me when you support me. Okay, you have to listen to my podcast with Max and Sydney. It's called A Powerpuff Podcast. Sorry, that's our Instagram, and our TikTok is A Powerpuff Podcast. It's just Powerpuff Podcast on all streaming platforms, and by that I mean Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and if you have another one, sorry. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful dawn dusk day. I don't care as long as it's amazing, just like you.